Welcome to the Word for Life podcast, a daily devotional covering the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
In Exodus chapter 33, we read how Moses and Israel sought the grace of God after the golden calf incident. You see, first God asked them to leave Sinai and go to Canaan. But this meant that the tabernacle will not be set up now. In the previous chapters, we saw how God gave the design of the tabernacle. God even said He is going to use Bezalel and others to construct the tabernacle. And God also gave instructions about the consecration of the priests and other plans for the tabernacle. But now all those plans are scrapped. However, God said He will still be faithful and He will take them to Canaan, just as He promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But in verse 3, God told them that He will not go with them because He might destroy them for any future rebellion of the Israelites, like the golden calf incident. Hearing this, the Israelites mourn and strip off their ornaments, the very things they used to make that golden calf, and they truly repent of their sins. Friends, believers know the importance of God's grace. They mourn, weep, and reach out to God for His grace. Sometimes they set aside the very things that took them away from the Lord. They show that God's grace is important, and they show it by their actions. Later, Israelites in the Old Testament wore sackcloth and sat in ashes to show that they repented. Today, believers can set aside time, entertainment, friends, and even food for some time to show that they truly repent before God. After what the Israelites did, Moses went to a special place to pray to the Lord. You see, before the tabernacle was constructed, Moses had set up a tent called the Tent of Meeting outside the camp. Some Israelites went there to inquire of the Lord. Moses also used to go there. God would come in a pillar of a cloud and would speak to Moses face to face as one speaks to a friend. So now, Moses went to this tent and asked God for His favor. He asked for two things: God's grace and God's glory. Moses asked God to show him grace by not taking Israel from Sinai if His presence does not go with them. Moses did not want even the land flowing with milk and honey if God would not come with Israel. God was pleased with Moses' request and granted His favor and grace. He said He will come with them. Then Moses had another request. He wanted to see God's glory. God granted that request also. But this is how Moses will experience God's glory. Moses will see God's glory pass by him, and he will also hear God's name being proclaimed. But even this experience will be so unbearable even for Moses. So God will cover him with His hand and keep him in a cleft in the rock. But friends, this experience will not be for everyone who asks. God specifically told Moses that He will have mercy on whom He will have mercy, and He will have compassion on whom He will have compassion. So friends, God's grace and glory cannot be bought by anyone, even by Moses. But like the people of Israel and like Moses, we can humbly approach God and ask for His grace and glory. God honors His people, and He can choose to shower His grace and show His glory to each and every one of us.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Word for Life podcast.